There was once a boy known throughout the village for one thing, his laziness. He always said, "Just a little rest won't hurt." Every morning, while others worked, he slept. Every evening, while others improved, he dreamed of one day becoming great. But that one day never came. Tired of watching the boy waste his potential, his master called him and said, "Come with me." They walked into a quiet forest at sunrise. The air smelled of dew and soil. There the master pointed to two small plants growing side by side. One was fragile, barely sprouting, the other a young oak, firm and rooted. "Pull out that little one," the master ordered. The boy grabbed it and pulled. It came out easily. "Now," said the master, pointing to the young oak, "try pulling this one." The boy laughed at first, but as he tried, his laughter faded. He dug, he pulled, he sweated. But the oak stood firm, unmoved. The master looked into his eyes and said calmly, "Bad habits are like these plants, easy to uproot when small, but if you feed them, they grow deep and strong. One day, they'll control you." Those words struck the boy like lightning. For the first time, he saw his laziness not as rest, but as roots sinking deep into his future. From that day, the master gave him a task: wake up at sunrise and fetch water from the well. At first, the boy complained. It was too early, too cold, too hard. But the master said only one thing: just do it once today. So he did. Then again the next day, and again the next. After a week, it became natural. After a month, effortless. After a year, sacred. The boy learned that life doesn't change all at once. It changes drop by drop, choice by choice. Each small act repeated carves the shape of destiny. You don't become disciplined in one day. You become disciplined by doing one thing right, again and again. So he added another habit, reading a page before bed, then another, helping his master before being asked. And without realizing it, he began to transform. One afternoon, while resting under a tree, the boy whispered, "I wasn't born lazy. I just practiced it every day." He remembered how he used to lie down after every meal, skip every chore, delay every task. Each time he said later, his mind learned to surrender faster. The master smiled when the boy shared this realization. "You trained yourself to be lazy," he said. "Now train yourself to act." The boy asked, "But how do I stop procrastinating?" The master answered, "When you feel resistance, don't promise a full hour of work. Promise 2 minutes. Just start for 2 minutes. Action destroys inertia faster than thought." And so, whenever laziness whispered, "Rest a little," the boy replied, "Just 2 minutes." 2 minutes became 5. 5 became 10. Soon, he forgot to stop. Months passed. Seasons changed. The boy's body grew strong, his mind clear, his spirit steady, but the villagers mocked him. "Why do you work so hard for nothing? You still fetch water, still live in the same small hut." He smiled, because he knew something they didn't. Real growth is silent at first. The roots of progress grow beneath the surface, unseen but unstoppable. Just like the oak, strength takes time to appear above the ground, and when it does, it's unshakable. The master once told him, "People give up not because the path is hard, but because the reward is invisible at the beginning." Every drop of effort, every small act of consistency was building a foundation no one could see, but he could feel it growing inside. "The drops of today," the master said, "are the ocean of tomorrow." Years later, the lazy boy was gone. In his place stood a disciplined young man. He no longer waited for motivation. He relied on momentum. He no longer wished for a better life. He built one, action by action. One morning, as he watched the same oak tree that once defeated him, he realized something profound. His habits had become his roots. The same way the tree's roots held it firm against the wind, his habits held him steady against life's storms. The master, now old and wise, approached him and said, "Sow an act, and you reap a habit. Sow a habit, and you reap a destiny." The young man bowed deeply, tears in his eyes. He finally understood. Final message. The story teaches a simple but eternal truth. Small habits have extraordinary power. They are invisible at first, but they shape your body, mind, and destiny over time. You don't need to change your life overnight. Just one small act today. Make your bed, read a page, meditate for a minute, repeat it tomorrow. Because in the end, greatness isn't built in a day, it's built in the days no one sees. You don't need to change the world tomorrow. You just need to change one small act today and keep repeating it.